Well, another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finale is upon us. I mean, it's starting upon us. It's going to be in 2 weeks from now, less than 2 weeks. And we've got a lot of theories, a lot of expectations, and a lot of predictions to talk about. Next week, I'm going to be posting a video after I post everything that I post every week, doing the final predictions for the finale of the season. But until we get to that point, until we get there, let's talk some theories right now, one of which is the Ghost Rider theory, because the Ghost Rider theory does seem closer than ever at this point. Well, at the very least, we were kinda right, we were kinda wrong when it comes to this guy being Coulson, because yeah, it's not really the body of Coulson, but it's the memories of Coulson in there that are basically driving this guy. Now, over the course of the season, we've got many hints towards the idea that this season might be working with something demonic, something Ghost Rider related. Some of them I'm gonna list here, some of them I'm just gonna ignore because they're the smaller one. But the first 2 though, they kicked in as early as WonderCon back in April, before the season even started airing, and that was basically all about that sneak peek from the premiere of the season. Now that was all about Sarge driving through that portal with that rig that looks a lot like the Ghost rig out of the comics. The way he's dressed through the entire season, and from the first moment, that felt very Ghost Rider-ish. All the talk about devils, demons, all the way throughout the season, from the moment that it was incepted to the very moment that Yo-Yo referred to Izel as a demon. The fact that Sarge made a comment to May the first time they were talking, like a prolonged conversation, about his head going on fire, being set on fire, and finally the fact that Fitz on the most recent episode did mention the Ghost Rider, and by name. But besides all of these though, and these are the ones that seem major to me, there are 2 other ones that do seem kind of hidden, a little bit hidden, but not too hidden really. Now, the first of these 2 is pretty much that Izel and Sarge originally have got no form, neither does the spirit of the Ghost Rider, so that kinda adds up. And the second of these is that the place they came from is a realm of fear and darkness. Ghost Rider did state, hell is relative, many places could qualify as hell. The Ghost Rider on Season 4, the finale, aka Robbie Reyes, did state as well that Earth is only one place in a war that's been going on forever. Now that makes me think maybe this is part of that war, you know, the place that Izel and Sarge came from, or Izel and Pachacootic in this case. On another note, Sarge did state that when Izel arrives, the creator arrives, he's gonna burn it all down. That kinda sounds like something the Ghost Rider is capable of. Am I saying that Sarge is the Ghost Rider, that he's got a bit of the Ghost Rider within? Not really sure. It's a possibility that that's gonna be something that we see by the end of the season. But I'm also thinking that as much as it might be that Fitz was just giving us a reference to Nerdgasm over, by the end of episode 10, it might be his way of telling us stay tuned because you're gonna see the Ghost Rider by the end of this season. I'm sure hoping so. But finally though, my one last argument when it comes to the possibility that we're gonna see the Ghost Rider, hopefully the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, is that he's got a Ghost Rider series planned on Hulu, and I think it would be a good idea to kind of remind people of him. I know everyone remembers him, but kind of tell people, hey, that's an extension of this, and especially after Variety kind of made the mistake of, you know, going on their own, deciding these were not extensions of one another, that the Ghost Rider is not a spin-off, and kind of messed it all up the day that the series was announced. Now on another note, rewatching the scene at the end of episode 10, I'm thinking over here, it's not just the fact that he mentioned the Ghost Rider, it's the fact that Fitz made it clear that he is like them, you know, with no form, occupies other bodies, and the fact that Deke kind of clarified it even more, you know, as in a ghost that rides in the bodies of others. But that though is the part about the Ghost Rider that I wanted to talk about. Let's talk other stuff. So my predictions for the finale is one person will die. I'm gonna cut it short, not gonna talk about all the reasons why certain people will not die at the end of this season, but Izel is a goner, cause you can't trap someone like Izel. Sarge is a goner, not necessarily the Sarge persona, but rather the Pachacootic persona, because he's gonna turn evil, he's gonna go all the way with Izel, and then at some point Coulson's gonna come out, Coulson's gonna take over. But speaking though of major death predictions, it's either Yo-Yo or Mac, most probably Mac. I mean, everything that Yo-Yo did on last season was partially to avoid the death of Mac, and now she's gonna end up losing him. That would be kind of poetic. Another thing that I'm pretty sure Season 5 was trying to do was make Daisy the director. They ended up, scrapping that, kind of hinting at it, telling us that she's almost there, getting to her destiny in the comics. And I'm pretty sure at this moment they're gonna do that on the upcoming season. They're gonna end the series with Daisy becoming director. It does make a lot of sense. I mean, think about it this way. You've got Daisy on Season 5. That's a different version of Daisy, by the way. She was not as mature as this version. She was the one running around hell-bent on saving Coulson. Then you've got her version this season. The version that's pretty much hell-bent on convincing May that this guy is not your Coulson. This guy's not the man that you love. So there's a certain change to Daisy when it comes to her level of maturity. But another thing is that we watched that scene, the stinger of the Comic-Con trailer. Yes, the trailer's got a stinger, and that stinger's got Fitz, Enoch, and Simmons. He's basically telling them,
"This will be the hardest thing you have ever done."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking over here that Enoch is gonna be trying to stop Malachi and co. And I'm thinking he's gonna go to Fitz and Simmons, ask for their help, and that's gonna involve time travel. Now that would mean that the very final scenes of this season are going to have to do with time travel. The team is going to time travel to somewhere else in order to stop the Chronicoms, or they're going to end up stuck in another time. But yeah though, a lot to look forward to on the finale of this season. A lot that I'm expecting out of the finale of this season. Now, a lot of people have been expecting Hive, a lot of people have been expecting Maveth. These people have got something to do with Maveth, but I do think that's not going to happen this season. I mean, we're possibly getting a lot of Hive Easter eggs this season or on the latest episodes because the abilities of Sarge kind of work in a similar fashion to those of Hive. The fact that we're talking about parasitic creatures that are basically occupying bodies, that kind of fits with Hive as well. But nonetheless, when you think of Hive as an inhuman, I start thinking, okay, that's probably not going to completely connect. Thanks to everyone who kind of brought my attention to that little bit of detail that I was kind of forgetting. Well, not necessarily forgetting, but I was kind of tunnel visioning through that detail because of all the theories about the possibility this guy was Hive. There was also the fact that when the San Diego Comic-Con trailer was posted on Instagram on the official Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. account, it did have subtitles, and one of the subtitles read Grant, and that was as Sarge spoke. So it kind of got me a little bit. I was like, why have I been rejecting this theory for so long? I've only went for it once, and then I've completely ignored it. But the final part of this video, it's not really a theory, it's more of a part that I wanted to talk about, sort of explain, kind of share my thoughts on it, and that's pretty much all about the creator. Now, first and foremost, when Sarge abducted May, he did talk about Pachacootic. He did tell her that Pachacootic was going to make his arrival, that Pachacootic is going to be the end of everything, and he kind of tied Pachacootic to the creator, like they're both one and the same person. So there is a possibility that he did believe that, Izel was the creator, Izel was also Pachacootic, or that he always thought that the creator and Pachacootic were two different people, like Izel is the creator of these Shrikes. She's pretty much gonna make the first arrival, she's gonna be the first step of the plan, and then when it's all set up and ready for his arrival, Pachacootic is gonna make his appearance. I think that's what he meant there. Another thing that comes to mind over here, that when she's telling him that the only person capable of defeating me is right within you, and you're basically too afraid to wake him up, I think what she's doing over there, she's manipulating the persona of Sarge. You've got three things over here. You've got Pachacootic, that's the person who decided to inhabit this body, as she does state. You've got Coulson, that's basically resembled in the memories that are part of this body, this vessel, as she refers to it. And you finally got Sarge. That's what happened when Pachacootic took over this body, like this all-new persona was created based on the memories of Coulson and Pachacootic himself. So yeah, it's all about the temptation. She is trying to tempt Sarge to bring out Pachacootic because she knows when Pachacootic is out, he's not going to fight her, he's not going to try to kill her or take her down, but that person is pretty much going to be in league with her, as per the Comic-Con trailer. I mean, the only thing he needs to get there is win over, like defeat Coulson, defeat Sarge, the persona that was created based on the memories of Coulson, and then he could pretty much come out to the open and fight side by side with Izel. But that being said though, my work here is done, so let me know what you thought of everything that I've had to present on this video. Let me know how you think things are gonna play out all the way to the end of this season, and make sure you let me know as well if you did like this video by dropping it a much appreciated like, subscribing to this channel, and while you're at it, you can always enable notifications in order to get updates whenever I upload a new video, publish a new community post, or start a new live stream. But until the next time that you tune in for another one of my videos, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in to this video, and have a great day.